Hi, readers. Welcome to reading session number 11. Wow, we're 11 lessons in. We've learned so much about characters. We've gone on reading adventures. And I'm going to tell you about one of my reading adventures. You know that I have met Patricia Polacco. I have actually met her more than once. I'm so fortunate to get to meet her. And the fact that she came to Collins School, so amazing. Well, she told the story, this meteor story. And when she was telling it to us, she was the storyteller. Not only was it, the pictures and stuff that she had, but she was telling her story. And as she was telling it, I felt like I was in the backyard. I felt like I was hearing the sound of the meteor landing. I mean, it was like magic. So when she was signing my book, do you want to know what I said to her? I said, "Wow, Mrs. Polacco, you are an expert reader." And do you want to know what she told me? Psst. She said, "Any reader can be an expert reader. It's not magic." What? She told me it's paying attention to what you read, and you pay careful attention to all the clues that the author leaves. And you use those clues to know how the story wants to be read. So I paused and I was like, clues? How to read the way the author wants them read? And I was like, wait, what clues? Where? And you know what? I had to move out of line because the next person was getting their book signed. So I didn't have the answers. So today I'm wondering, can you kiddos help me? Can you help me find the clues that authors leave that readers can use to bring their characters to life? Come on, let's investigate. So remember how I referenced the Patricia Polacco book, Meteor, and when I met her and she was storytelling, I said I felt like I was there because it was like hearing the sound and then, seeing the meteor landed. I just could visualize all of it. And I felt like she was such an expert reader, remember? And then she told me that it wasn't magic, that the author leaves clues. I was like, wait, what? Clues? And the author leaves clues, and we need to use them as a reader to know how the story wants to be read. That was an amazing bit of advice, but I have an inquiry. What clues do authors leave that readers can use to bring characters to life? So I'm going to think about everything I know from our anchor chart because we've practiced so many things. Maybe I'll even show you as a review. All these things about our character, learning about our character, bringing our character to life and noticing those feeling changes. I'm going to use everything I know, but then also look for clues that help me know how to read. So let's investigate. You guys are helping me. First, I need to do a little sneak peek because this is a new book. It is by Wong Herbert Yi, and it's called Upstairs Mouse, Downstairs Mole. So here's mouse, here's mole, which makes sense because moles usually are underground. Sometimes they leave like little marks in my grass, like where they're hiding out. Here's what it says on the back of the book. Because remember, when I do a sneak peek, I look at the back. Mouse lives inside a tree, and mole lives in a hole underneath the tree. They both like their homes clean and tidy. But when mouse sweeps, the dirt ends up in mole's house. Is there a way to solve this messy problem and have some fun? Aha. So there's a problem in the story. Most stories have some sort of problem or conflict going on. I'm also going to take a sneak peek on the inside of the book. So let's see how it's organized. Upstairs Mouse, Downstairs Mole by Wong Herbert Yi. So this is the title page. Ooh, there's a table of contents. Clean and tidy, the invitations. Kind, good neighbors, the boat. Let's dive into chapter 1 called Clean and Tidy. Clean and tidy. Mouse and Mole are neighbors. Mouse lives in a house inside an oak tree. Mole lives in a hole under the house of Mouse. Every morning, Mole swept his hole. Wait, did you notice how I paused right here at the comma? Aha. Watch as I read. And also, when I come to the end of the sentence where the periods are, I pause before I go on to the next thing. Every morning, Mole swept his hole. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Why did I say it like that? Mole liked his hole nice and tidy. Every evening, Mouse swept her house. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Mouse kept her house nice and clean. Wait a second. Is this what Patricia Polacco was talking about? Where there's clues that authors leave that readers can use? Right here, I knew to say sweep, sweep, sweep in kind of almost a sweeping motion. These words are in italic. See how the font is different from this regular font? And there's an exclamation point. Oh, and down here, every evening, Mouse swept her house. Did you notice how I said the word her with emphasis? Because italics means emphasize. Sweep, sweep, sweep with those dashes between is telling me how to say it. I think we're on to something. I'm going to keep reading a little more and see if you notice some other clues. But when Mouse swept her house, the dirt went below into Mole's hole. This made Mole angry. He knocked on Mouse's door. Tap, tap, tap. Right? I said it, I even knocked. Why did I do that? Look at how this is written. It's in all caps. And it's a tap, dash, tap, dash, tap, 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 tap. Evening, Mole, said Mouse. Evening, Mouse, said Mole. Did you know that when you sweep, all your dirt goes down into my hole? Right? I did a little question because there's a question mark here. I sweep my place nice and tidy in the morning, but by evening, it all needs to be swept all over again. Oh man. And even look at Mole's arms. They're raised up like he's exasperated, right? Which means he's like really frustrated with this. If you sweep in the morning, said Mouse, and then again in the evening, these ellipses, right? Tell me to pause here a little bit and that something's coming, like maybe she's continuing her thought, like she's figuring it out. My friends, I think we have found some clues that help readers know how to read. Let me show you. Right here, clues that help readers know how to read. Aha! Punctuation at the end. A period tells me, that's a stop. An exclamation point, maybe with excitement or anger. A question mark, wondering, right? An inquiry. Punctuation in the middle, like a comma, pause, or an ellipse, tells me something's upcoming. There might be special print. Is it bold, or is it italic, or is it in caps, in capital? That kind of special print tells me to read it a special way. Ooh, and dialogue, right? Whether it's in a speech bubble or these quotation marks. And even the words following the quotation marks might tell me how the character's saying it, like shouted or whispered. And the pictures tell a clue too. Remember how I just checked? Mole's arms were telling part of the story of like how he's saying that to Mouse. Like, Mouse, I am so sick and tired of this. I'm going to continue reading. We left off where Mouse was figuring out, if you sweep in the morning, said Mouse, and then again in the evening, why, you have twice as much work as I do. That does not seem fair. Aha! And look at them in the picture. They're both wondering, do you think they're trying to come up with a solution? Because Mouse realizes, gosh, I don't mean for you to. Mole had no idea that Mouse was maybe going to react that way, because Mouse seems like she wants to help him solve his problem. Together, they sat down on the stoop. Mouse twirled her tail. Mole rubbed his snout. I have an idea, squeaked Mouse. Right? Notice how I said that? Because the author gave me clues, quotation marks, and an exclamation point to tell me how Mouse is saying that. She told Mole her new plan. They shook paws. Good night, said Mouse to Mole. Good night, said Mole to Mouse. The next morning, when Mole woke up, he did not sweep his hole. At 12 o'clock sharp, right? Both hands on the 12. He grabbed his broom and knocked on Mouse's door. Tap, tap, tap. I know just how to say it. Good afternoon, said Mole to Mouse. Good afternoon, said Mouse to Mole. So they're greeting each other. Mouse ran to fetch her broom. Together, they swept Mouse's house until it was nice and clean. Why, it only took us half the time it takes to sweep my house, said Mouse. Right? Many hands make light work. So good. Next, they marched downstairs and swept Mole's hole until it was nice and tidy. Together, it had taken less time to sweep both places than it took for each of them to do just one. That was fast, said Mole. Our houses are clean and tidy, thanks to you. Now what? Right? He's asking something, so I asked it. I posed it like a question. I've been thinking of a garden, said Mouse. Outside. Pause. Mouse and Mole circled the tree. Mole rubbed his snout. Where should we put it? How about in back, said Mouse, twirling her tail. Then we will have a backyard. Good thinking, exclaimed Mole. Right? The word exclaimed and even this exclamation point helped me say good thinking with some, joy in my voice. First, they dug up a patch of grass. Next, they raked the dirt until it was soft. Mole dug a row of holes. Mouse dropped a seed into each one. Then it was Mouse's turn to dig and Mole's to plant. Back and forth they went until the garden was finished. Whew, said Mole. That was hard work. But only half as hard, thanks to you, said Mouse. Right? They're recognizing the power in teamwork. Look how Mole said this, though. Woo! I said it with emotion, like, he's tired, right? That was hard work. They decided to take a nap. Mole went down into his hole. Mouse went inside her house. Both were much too tired to bother with the dirt they tracked into their clean and tidy homes. Wow, these two are really good friends. I can't wait to read another chapter of this. But today, our focus was on using those clues. So here's what I want you to do today. Use a sticky note to show where you found clues clues that the author left for you to notice. Like on this page, the word her, I'm going to try to write it slanted, which is not my normal way of writing. It's in italics because that tells me to say it with emphasis. And on this page, I knew to say tap, tap, tap because it was in all caps. Tap, tap, tap. And to do like that little break between where those dashes are. So cool. And then when I got this page, I knew to ask, where should we put it? Right? My voice has a little lift when there's a question. Oh, you know what else I wanted to find? Was at the very beginning. I loved where there was that ellipse. Here it is. It's on that tap, tap, tap page. I'm going to mark that one too. Can I have 2 sticky notes on one page? I sure can. I'm going to put dot, dot, dot on here because I want to remember that that ellipse is letting me know, there's something coming up next. Like Mouse was really thinking about how to be considerate. So good. And then finally on this page, when Mole said, woo, that was a lot of hard work. He used that exclamation point. The author let me know. He didn't just go, woo, that was hard work. He went, woo, that was hard work. And that's how I said it. Because today we worked on this strategy. To be an expert reader, anyone can, by paying attention to the clues that authors leave for us. All of those marks help us know how to read. Wow. These must have been the clues that Patricia Polacco meant, helping us know how to read the story the way the author imagined. I'm so impressed. I can't wait to see your noticing of clues that the author left to help you know how to read.